And welcome back to American Agenda. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki saying that President Biden will not release any visitor logs from his Delaware residences, despite making 17 trips home in the last 6 months. Listen to this.
As Ed noted earlier, the president's been to Delaware 17 times. It's soon going to be 18 and 19 times over the past 6 months. I want to know how visits from visitors and from family members with potential conflicts of interest are being treated for the purposes of White House visitor log disclosure.
We have spoken extensively to the arrangements, which are not White House arrangements. They're arrangements between Hunter Biden's representatives and ones that we certainly were made aware of. I don't think I have anything to add in that regard. And no, I can confirm we are not going to be providing information about the comings and goings of the president's grandchildren or people visiting him in Delaware.
So this doesn't seem much like transparency. Let's bring back in our panel once again for their thoughts on this. Derryck, does it matter? What do you think?
Well, I think it partially matters. I mean, again, we had the CDC director come out and say that masks weren't necessary for children, and 2 days later she turned around almost walking in lockstep with the American Federation of Teachers. And so are we able to know if Joe Biden met with one of the union representatives at his Delaware home? I think that would actually be insightful to a lot of Americans, but I don't think that he was going to release these things because he doesn't want the American people to get the right idea on who's advising him on a number of topics.
Melanie.
Yeah, and I guess it's potentially possible that maybe nobody's visiting Sleepy Joe. I mean, I don't know. What are you going to do? Sit and watch him nod off and fall asleep? But really, with all of the other things going on in this country, with what's going on in Afghanistan, with the COVID response, with the impending recall of Gavin Newsom, which is going to happen here in California, with all of the things that we have to think about, I don't care who visits Joe Biden. I would just really like for him to do the job that he needs to be doing today to secure America. How about we close the border and do some issues that actually make sense? Do something that makes sense for the American people. That's the challenge, and that's what he needs to rise up to. And don't be fooled. Democrats are not transparent. They hide everything.
Tony, it is interesting that he does keep going to Delaware.
That's where he likes to go. Some people go to Camp David. Some people do what they do. President Trump went to Bedminster. I think, though, that you need to be asking him every day, who's meeting with you in Delaware? I go the other way from the good doctor. Every day the question has to be asked. Every day a microphone has to be in Jen Psaki's face asking her this question. Every day Joe Biden needs to be asked this question when he's heading to Marine One or anywhere else. Who's visiting you in Delaware? What are you doing in Delaware? Who are you talking to in Delaware? Who do you call in Delaware? If you're utilizing this the way Hillary Clinton would use a server in a bathroom to circumvent the people, we want answers. We should demand answers. And to not get the answers, well, that's just not going to work. Let's not worry about Republican, Democrat. You would do this one way, this another way. Demand the answers, fight for the answers, push for the answers, and don't ever stop.
So do you think he's up to something, Tony?
Well, no, I have no idea if he's up to something. The answers can answer the question. We got to play this like Harry Reid on the floor of the Senate, who said Mitt Romney, he doesn't pay his taxes. And when he was asked about it, he said, what are you talking to me for? Ask Mitt. That's the way you got to treat it. That's the way you got to fight him. Yeah, you got to use the Harry Reid style.
One thing we've established is that Joe Biden can keep a secret. So maybe that's what's going on here. Derryck Green, Tony Katz, Dr. Melanie Burkholder, thank you all for being with us. Coming up, a check of what's trending on social media. Back after this.